We've got the Lexus TX 550h Plus.
And the plus means plug-in. Ooh, it's got good grunt.
V6 power.
And a CVT. All right, so this is kind of an interesting one, different than all the other TX. What's under the hood of this thing?
A 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid powertrain. It's matched to a CVT and has a combined 404 horsepower. It gets an EV range of 53 kilometers, 33 miles.
Well, first of all, you have to applaud Lexus for bringing out such a big vehicle that is a plug-in. Could it possibly be, Andrea? We might get a plug-in hybrid in the Grand Highlander?
I think so. I bet you it's coming.
Wouldn't that be great? All right, let's get into what do you get with this plug-in hybrid.
This plug-in hybrid comes with a 12.3-inch digital driver display, a 14-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless charger, heated steering wheel, a 21-speaker Mark Levinson sound system, semi-aniline leather seats, powered, heated, and ventilated front seats, heated and ventilated rear seats, driver's seat memory, a power folding third row, a power liftgate with kick sensor, and Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0.
Got all these EV modes. What else can we put it in?
Got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. Now, on this trip to Texas, we also had a chance to drive the RX plug-in hybrid. And we tried to come up with words to describe it. I landed on quality. It feels quality. Do you think this feels quality,
Yeah,
Andrea?
it does. And it also feels really planted. I like how it handles. It has a smooth drive. You know, we also drove the 500h, the performance model of the TX. It's also a hybrid.
But not a plug-in.
But not a plug-in, and it's sportier. You know, it's more dynamic to drive for a Lexus. And I think the maneuverability of it is a little bit better, but it also comes with a sport tune suspension and an adaptive suspension. This just feels similar to the RX plug-in hybrid.
And the reason why you think it's more nimble is because that one has on the F Sport model 4-degree rear steering angle, which we noticed was really quite a big improvement considering this is a long vehicle. But take all of that out of the equation, I think what's really going to get people excited about this is the efficiency and the fact that it's a plug-in and they can save money every time they drive.
And how about that it's a V6?
Yeah, that's
I think
different.
that we're all really surprised that Lexus has come out with a plug-in hybrid powertrain with a V6 engine. Now, it is matched to a CVT. They did that, obviously, for fuel efficiency. We did speak to the chief engineer about why a V6, especially when the other TX models have a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And he said the V6 was the right engine for this TX plug-in hybrid powertrain.
The other thing is, even though it has a CVT, and a lot of people go, oh, okay, I don't really like that. You got to remember, there's electrification at the same time. So what might not have the snappiness of an 8-speed or a 6-speed automatic like you have with the other models, you do have that electrification, which gives you that push and makes up for any inadequacies you might feel because of the transmission.
And although 53 kilometers, 33 miles of EV range isn't a ton for this large vehicle, it does better than some of the competition, and then others have more than this. But I think if you stay within that daily range every day, charge it every night, there'll be lots of savings at the pumps.
And this is the first plug-in Lexus to be built in the USA. This is going to come from the US factories and not from Japan.
This looks really similar, obviously, to the other TX models. I think it's a nice looking vehicle. It has sleek lines. I know that some don't love the look, especially the grille, but I think that is quite unique looking and different than other Lexus grills that we see. It's not as bold and it's integrated better for me anyway.
All right, Andrew, I'm just going to say it because we've had several videos we've done on this new TX. I'm just going to say it right now. If the doors at the back slid, It would be a minivan. I mean, it to me, it's got a minivan vibe because it's so long, and it is just a tiny bit longer than the Grand Highlander that it's based on because the bumpers are slightly different. Same wheelbase, but I do pick up some minivan vibes on this, I gotta say.
Yeah, I can see that too. Now this gets up to 8 inches of ground clearance. It comes standard with LED headlamps, LED tail lamps, LED fog lamps, and it gets a tire repair kit.
Now the roads down here in Texas are pretty good. Some of the secondary roads are a bit rough, but it's been fine, and you can chuck this thing around. This platform that's shared with other Toyota and Lexus products is a very capable handling vehicle. That was the one big takeaway I had from both the Grand Highlander and this. Even though she's a biggie, she can hustle around the corners.
Yeah, and I would say that the 500h F Sport model is the fun TX, and this is going to be your fuel efficient option. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit pricier. Pricing has not been announced yet.
A little bit pricier. I think it's going to be a lot pricier.
But I'm impressed with how insulated the cabin is. We've just gone over a rough patch of road, and then we get onto something smoother, and they've done a nice job keeping the cabin quiet.
Now, speaking of the cabin, Andrea, the inside of all of these TXs, copy and paste. There's no uniqueness to the fact that this is a plug-in. You wouldn't know sitting here looking towards the dash, but and you know, the other thing is everybody wants to know about how is it compared to, you know, the Grand Highlander. I think that the materials are pretty, on the top level Grand Highlander and then this TX, they're within spitting distance in my opinion.
Yeah, there's some similarities. One thing that you're gonna notice on the inside of this, no panoramic sunroof. I asked Lexus about this. It has to do with emissions, the size of the vehicle. It was just too heavy to add it. And I know that some of you are going to be disappointed with that.
I'm thrilled.
This offers a comfortable and elegant space. Everything is really at your fingertips, from the touchscreen to the gauges. There's multiple storage options for different items. The center console storage unit can be opened on the left or the right side. This comes standard with semi-aniline leather trim seats. And of course, you even get the 21 speaker Mark Levinson sound system, which we think sounds great. This is a 6-passenger vehicle. There is no option of a bench seat in this plug-in hybrid model.
Which is a real head scratcher for us. It's like, we don't understand. Why don't you give us the option? If you're not going to give us a bench seat in the second row, at least give us the third row with 3 seats.
Just like the Grand Highlander. And then you have the option of whether you want someone sitting in the middle seat or not.
That's right. Okay, so the second row, this is a big vehicle, one of the biggest in this class. When you get in the second row, the seats, of course, there's plenty of knee room, there's lots of headroom, the seats slide fore and aft, they recline as well, and in the center there is a tray that is removable when it's in place. They're cup holders, or you can take it out and climb on into the third row.
The TX offers 41.7 inches of front row legroom, 39.5 inches for second row legroom, third row legroom at 33.5 inches. If you compare that to something like the MDX or the Q7, it offers 4 inches more third row legroom.
Yeah, and getting into the third row is a breeze. Even for full-size adults, there is plenty of legroom and headroom, and because the third row is power operated, you even have a power recline. Also power operated is the liftgate. You get a useful cargo space there, and that's where you can access the switches to fold down the third row seats.
The TX cargo space behind the second row is 57.4 cubic feet. Space behind the third row, 20.2 cubic feet. And overall cargo space comes in at 97 cubic feet, making this a very large family hauler.
So all of the TX models, the hybrid and the gas, are coming out now, arriving at dealerships. If they're not at your dealer, they're going to be there soon. But when will this arrive? Oh no, not right now. We're probably going to have to wait until sometime next year, and it might actually bump into being a 2025 model.
Yeah, we kind of saw that with the RX plug-in hybrid. Lexus just announced that it was out, and the pricing and all that stuff quite a ways after our drive event for the RX. So it might be the same case for this TX plug-in hybrid.
So can this thing tow even though it's a plug-in? What kind of fuel economy do we get, or what do we know right now? All of that and more in our vital stats.
Pricing has not been announced yet for the 550H Plus, but it will be announced closer to the on-sale date. For fuel economy, this plug-in hybrid gets 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers city, 8.4 liters on the highway. That's 29 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway. This is when the battery is depleted. The fuel economy when the battery is charged has not been announced yet. This PHEV can tow 5,000 pounds. The TX has an 18.1 kilowatt hour battery and comes with a 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger. Lexus offers a warranty of 4 years or 80,000 kilometers, 50,000 miles. In the U.S., complimentary maintenance is covered for 1 year or 10,000 miles.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
Well, I'm really happy that Lexus has offered a PHEV in this TX.
I'm actually happy they've gone with a V6, not a Turbo 4 for this one.
I'd like to see a bench seat offered so that people have a 7-passenger plug-in hybrid.
I'd like to know the price.
Wow, a V6 plug-in hybrid powertrain. Way to go, Lexus.
We don't know the price. I bet you it'll be spendy.